Welcome, everybody, to What the Bleep is Marketing. I'm here with my friend Kim Malama-Lucian.
Hey, everybody.
And she's in LA and I'm in Nebraska. And we're just excited to be here with you tonight to share this material. It's been really fun putting it together and seeing people jump in and get excited about learning a little bit more on ways that they can nurture their business. So without further ado, we are going to dive right in. So what we really want to play with tonight is talk to you about ways that you can really feel like marketing is accessible to you with total ease. It doesn't have to be hard. It doesn't have to be just something that is, that big businesses do, but you can't. And we're really going to start demystifying what it is and get you started down the path with some awesome tools to play with for creating your business. So whether you are energy workers like us, or if you sell cupcakes, or you sell books, or you have a band, or you sell candy, really the basics of marketing remain true across different types of products and services. There's going to be certain things that you hone in on in slightly different ways if you have a brick and mortar business than if you have a home-based business with a teaching studio like I do, or if you go to other people or do a lot of your consulting on the phone like Kim does. But really, the keys that we're going to look at tonight are they're standard business terms, and we're just going to get into what they really mean for you. So, Kim, do you want to jump in and introduce your part of that?
Yeah, sure. Well, I actually have like multiple businesses, right? So I have a traditional consulting practice that I do. In fact, I am sitting in a corner with my computer on a box at a client's office at the back of their warehouse because I didn't have time with LA traffic to get myself back to my own office. So enjoy the ugly background.
But we actually had a really fun discussion about that before we got started. And do you want to talk about that?
Yeah, basically I was just like, well, it's ugly and the lighting's not very good. And we, at the beginning of putting this program together, we had a conversation about like, we're not going to let anything stop us. Mm-hmm. And so sometimes stuff isn't perfect. And you'll see that, especially me, because I'm in the process of like relocating my life, hundreds of thousands of miles across an ocean. And so every single day it's like I'm in a different place and a different thing, and there are different challenges. And so it's really easy to let those things, which one of those things could be, I don't understand marketing, right?
Absolutely.
To stop you. And instead we're like, okay, it's good enough. We're going to go. So what if the background isn't ideal or whatever, so.
Well, because that's the thing is so many things can and do stop us every day. And what we're here to do is, well, in a way, lead by example that, we talked about how much fun it would be to have a studio to do this in. There have been times when I really didn't feel like I knew enough or had time to do enough to have my business be what I wanted it to be. But I have never let that stop me. And so we want to give you the knowledge, we want to give you some tools, and we want to just let you tap into that energy flow so you can just go, you know what? I've been stopping myself in some ways, and I'm not going to do that anymore. And if we can do that for you tonight, we will have met our goals.
Yeah.
So,
plus, isn't it funny, though, because I think there were even days where we were recording content, and we were like, oh, God, I don't really want to do this. And those are some of our better videos.
You rise to it. Absolutely. Well, we're delighted.
So I have that. Plus, I do energy work, and I have a coaching practice. So I have a sort of very unusual combination of skill sets and experience, which speaks exactly to, just like you were saying, marketing is pretty much the same across businesses.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it comes down to the same principles. And those are the three keys that we're going to get into tonight. So our goal tonight really is that after this webinar, you're going to get that marketing can actually be fun, it can be easy, and so many people that we know are the types that we've coined this word called consciouspreneurs, that we really want to address some certain things over time of what kinds of challenges come up for people like us. And so here we go. We're going to dive right in. So in the process of demystifying the marketing that we do in today's world, we just want to really encourage you to stay on tonight with us, because we've got some really cool stuff for you, and a really special deal if you stay with us till the end.
And side note, I'm a total ADD OCD freak about how long things are, so we will not go too long because I can't deal.
So look for that.
Yes.
So you would have gotten the Millennial Marketing Lingo PDF terms, and what we wanted to give you there is really just a look that we're not just a couple of hairy fairy weirdos who are telling you all the stuff that we know.
I mean, we are that too.
We are that. We definitely are that. Yeah. We're your favorite hairy fairy weirdos.
That's right.
Who know about marketing, and we're okay with that. But what we wanted you to know is that we really have looked into how the world sees this, because sometimes we get so into our little world as hairy fairy weirdos that we don't really take a look at what's out there, what's worked over time, and what can work for us, and then figuring out how to do it. So we really want to bring together that of the world knowledge with what we have as consciouspreneurs, and that is, as we say here on the screen, using our awareness, using our intuition. There have been times in the past few days when I've chosen not to do something that was on my list because I got an intuitive hit that it was not the right day to make that phone call. And that's what will make working with us different. And you will begin to ride those waves of the energy that is present in the universe as you use these things in a different way.
Yeah.
So
who are we?
Yeah, who are we? A lot of you know us. For those of you who know Kim but not me, I had a traditional massage therapy practice for over 25 years, almost 30 now, and continually recreating it. That's funny. Basically, I have changed it completely from being a massage business that I had alone to one that I had with other people, and then selling that and going completely into energy work back by myself and recreating that as a teacher. And basically, it was really fun to sell that business and realize that that could be done and I could do it. So Kim has a different experience in the corporate world.
Yes, I spent over a decade. I really believe that you can be conscious and you can be aware and you can be psychic and you can use your intuition and energetics with business today. They are not mutually exclusive. They absolutely can be used hand in hand. And the more consciouspreneurs that we have, the more people that can do that and do it well and do it successfully, the more that gets out in the world, the better this planet that we live on will be. Like, that is hands down, I think, true. So I've worked in entertainment, I've worked in high-tech manufacturing, I've worked in software, I've worked in all kinds of things. I've been a makeup artist, I have worked as an interior designer, I have been a caterer and done desserts and cake decorating, and so I have a very strange experience, which is cool because it allows me to speak to a lot of different areas that you don't normally get with hardcore, hello people, I have a finance and accounting degree, right? So And as a result of that, that did allow me to semi-retire several years ago to Hawaii after a decade of working. And I'm actually now coming back to the mainland because I need a little more stimulation.
It's
So that's that.
So you have the unique opportunity to learn from both the things that have worked well for us
and the things that have not. Because let's just not pretend. We did plenty of things that were cattywampus and did not work out.
And we don't actually believe in wrong or failure, but that's kind of one of those of the world terms. I've often heard other entrepreneurs talk about failing forward when they were the kind of people who were unstoppable like we are. And we know that you either are that or you really want to be it, or you would not be here on a Monday night watching a marketing webinar. So you get to learn from the things that we wish we'd done differently. Let's say it that way. Yeah, so you get to kind of compress time frames and learn from the things that we wish we would have had an easier way to do it or had somebody to ask. So,
so the hard way is trying to figure everything out yourself. I am the worst offender of this, FYI. This is a hard one for me to overcome. Listening to what everyone else knows instead of what you know. And also doing everything yourself. I'm still working on that one, huh, Amy?
Right?
And
yeah.
It's really easy in the sort of like rat race of the business world today to forget that you're conscious, to forget that you're a consciouspreneur, and to forget that you know how to use energy to make things work better.
Yeah.
And forget to combine those. That's what we call the hard way.
So Kim, what's the easy way?
Easy way? Who doesn't want to work on a beach? I want to work on a beach.
I love that guy.
I know. Hold on. Now I can't see. The easy way is learning from those that have been there and leveraging other people's expertise. And in this particular circumstance, our expertise. Learn from what we learned, from what worked and what didn't work. And then extrapolate from that, because we by no means say that we know everything. But learn from what we learned and be able to extrapolate from that. I remember years ago doing an Anthony Robbins seminar, and he used to say, like, figure out who's best at whatever it is that you're doing and learn how to do it from them. Mm-hmm. And I was like, wow, that makes a lot of sense, because why relearn,
reinvent
figure
the
out
wheel.
what they already know, right?
Mm-hmm.
I didn't really take that advice until more recently, but there you go. And take advantage of others' learning curve.
Absolutely. So the exciting thing about this is that both of us have come to a place when we've come together where all of a sudden the pieces have clicked together in new ways because of all the things that we brought with us. So we're going to give you some information and then invite you to use everything that you know and tap into your knowing, which is probably greater than you thought it was or is, and really start to make things work for you in ways that you've been struggling. So,
yeah. The one caveat about all of this is that if you don't actually apply the tools and techniques that we use, it won't actually work. So you got to do the work, you got to walk the walk. And if you do, they really do work. They really have the capacity to transform your business and therefore your life. Because the truth is, the majority of us work to pay for our home and to pay for our pets and to pay for our kids. And we work because we require money for some of the things that we enjoy having in our lives. And so when you improve your work, when you improve your business, you also improve your life.
And your effectiveness will improve when you start to learn these things. So we are ready to give you the 3 keys. And they are very simple. They are things that were on your millennial marketing lingo sheet in some way, but we're going to get in and demystify them and make them seem really simple. So the 3 keys are, number 1,
Creating traffic.
Capture leads.
And number 3 is converting sales.
And this is about as old school business as you can get. So,
Yep.
What in the world is all this about?
What?
Number 1, creating traffic is basically getting seen. And we picked these pictures actually because the word goes back to when most business was done primarily by people going by.
Yeah.
And so this is a picture of, drive-by traffic, and Wendy's didn't pay us to put this in here, but the picture on the other side is people getting traffic to their booth at a trade show. And if any of you have been to a trade show, you'll notice that there are people sitting there doing nothing. And of course, that is what we don't want in our business. So how do we create traffic? What is creating traffic? Basically, if you are creating traffic, you are getting people's attention. And trade shows and street signs are a great way to think about that, and think about your business even if you don't have a brick and mortar business. At a trade show, it's all about the bigger sign or the candy with the bowl and all of that. So a thing that you need to ask yourself is, how can I get people's attention in my business in the way that I want to do it? So when I first created my massage therapy business, what happened was I started the business, I found myself pregnant, and I was working as a hostess in a restaurant. And my plan was I started doing massages when I wasn't exhausted taking a nap or hostessing, and doing a few. And then while I was off work, I took my little boy 27 years ago out in the stroller. And no, that's not me. That's not that long ago. And I put a flyer in people's doors. And it said, "Beat the heat, get off your feet. Free foot massage or $10 off a 1-hour massage," or something like that. And I think that made a massage $25 back in 1987. And that's a long time ago, right? Just in how much that cost. But the cool thing is that little half-page flyer that I walked around and stuck in people's doors, because I didn't know what else to do, but that was something I could do and I could take control of, and I could just charge forward and do it. And I actually got 2 clients from that. One who changed my life financially because I ended up learning a lot from her, and another who was the beginning of a pod or pocket of referrals that I ended up making tens of thousands of dollars over the course of about 15 years. And it was really quite astonishing. I mean, basically, the woman worked for a trust, managing a trust, and referred the person from the family who was still working in the company, who referred his secretary, who referred other people from the business. And this millionaire client came to me every week for 10 years. And then he referred other people that were more in his social circle. So it was really the simplest thing I could do. And it was astonishingly effective.
That's a perfect example of like how one little simple step that seems like it wouldn't generate very much can really generate something you couldn't possibly imagine.
Absolutely. You can.
And then I just wanted to throw out that, like, flyers are probably not one of the leading ways you're going to try and create traffic today. Although depending on where you are and what's happening in your area, it can absolutely still be a great way to generate leads. But to get back to the millennials, they're less into the flyers and things and seeing flyers. So a sort of equivalent in my world of flyering is posting on Facebook.
Absolutely.
Sharing what's going on in Facebook is pretty much like flyering. It's a modern way of flyering.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically, I use the people in the neighborhood to find leads for my business and invited them in so I could solve a problem for them. And that's what we're going to talk a little bit more about that as we go. But that's what traffic is about. So
our first step really in marketing is creating traffic, right? You got to start grabbing their attention.
Yep.
And then
capturing leads. So at that point, I was actually having people call me directly, but sometimes there's a step in between where you give them something that's going to get them to give you their information, and then you start a process that you bring them along the sales process to get them toward your product. So basically, capturing leads is just all about getting them to share with you who they are so you can connect with them. So this was a big one. So a few years ago, I decided that with these therapists that had joined me in my business, I wanted to do something really big to help them get a lot of business. Because I knew what I had done back in the day, but that wasn't really an option anymore. And so I was contacted by Groupon in their very first week in Lincoln, Nebraska, and not a lot of people had heard about them. And for those of you who haven't, it's a deal where you are basically giving a group coupon through this company called Groupon that sells things on the internet for a discount, and then you have more traffic come into your business. So, there's kind of a process to doing something like that I totally missed out on at the time. And, sometimes you bumble through and you have some success anyway. But, we were able to have just under $10,000 come into the business at one time in one day, back when Groupon blasted it out through the whole city at once, and you got 200 or 500 sales in a day. And so that seems like a tremendous success. But the point was not to be doing cheap sessions for 6 months. The point was to create a business that would continue to grow and grow and grow. And so we could have done things better. And I know a lot more about that now, that over time we will share with you some of those secrets. But what is it that I'm talking about? Really, the next key, what we needed to do next. And that is to convert sales. So converting sales is basically getting people to buy books, sign up, or just basically receive whatever it is that you're offering and give you money.
Show me the money, people. Show me the money.
There's a good mantra if you have a business but you're not yet making money. And there's nothing wrong with it. There's a really important key in what Kim just did, and it has to do with energy. And that's something that we have something to share with you over time as well. So converting sales. So it's all about getting attention, bringing people in, creating a relationship with them, and then basically asking them to take part in your business and buy or book with you. So one thing that we have found is that really no one out there is telling you. You basically have to tell people what to do. You have to ask for the sale. And clients actually really want you to tell them to buy it. Customers want you to make it easy for them. If someone's sitting there in front of your cupcake display and they are agonizing over what's the best, how often do you do it? Well, what do you like? You can't decide what to eat at a restaurant. What's your favorite thing on the menu? And then even if that's not the thing you choose, it gives you a starting point. Or if you're agonizing over this cupcake or that one, you say, well, do you like chocolate? And you invite them to say what they love, and then say, well, get a dozen or get 3 and see how you like them. Get 3 of each. You tell them what to do and give them a way to make that decision in your favor. There's the key.
That's the key, in your favor.
And so many of us have a really hard time doing that. Don't you notice, Kim?
Absolutely. I mean, I think that it's funny because I would say that generally people say they would say if you ask them on the street, they don't like being told what to do. But once we started having this conversation, I was like, oh, there are so many places where actually I have definitely purchased or booked or whatever because someone was like, oh, well, blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? Like, we're in business to make money, people. So you got to ask for the money.
Absolutely.
In whatever way they can receive it and then want to give you the money. Because if we're not in the business for money, at least as equally as much as we are to spread consciousness or to heal people or to whatever it is that we're doing, what the heck are we doing? Right? And we all obviously want to make money because you're on a marketing webinar, so you want to know how to create more, right? And really, if you left today with only that, you're already way better off. Ask for the sale, ask them to buy, tell them what to do. And that is really, it's a hard. Yeah.
Yeah, and it is. And I think that there's a lot of things, and oh my goodness, some of the things that we have coming down the pipe, we give you lots of ways to clear out all of that stuff about asking for money, because there are a lot of high-minded spiritual people who feel like, oh, I'm above that. But you know what? Your body needs to eat. Your body isn't above it. Your body needs a house. Your body isn't above it. And the world is not served by you playing small. Did you hear me? The world is not served by you playing small. So enjoy being here and enjoy receiving the money, because it is fun when you have a $10,000 day in your dollar day in your business. It is fun when that person says, when should I come back? You're the professional. And if you nail it when they give you that beautiful opening, when they say, you're the expert, you tell me. They have just asked you to tell them what to do. Yep. Do it. So what we found out is that 96% of businesses fail in 10 years. And that's why, because they're not asking for the money. So here's a way that we can do that in a way that most of us market. A lot of you probably heard about this on Facebook, telling them what to do. Buy now.
Buy now.
Buy now. So, and actually it's the past half hour, Kim. We'll have to change that slide.
I'm very happy about that. Very happy.
So really, we've enjoyed sharing this, and we hope that even just these things for you have been time well spent. Would you agree that there's things that you've gotten out of this already? We truly, truly hope so. We just wanted to give you this webinar to get you started on your way. And there's so much that we want to teach you. And so basically, we want to see that you can get out of the same old disappointing habits of trying and doing and basically get out of that into where you can do the things you want to do. So and
we just know that it's so much easier when you have support, when you're leveraging other people's knowledge, right? And when you have the support of people that you know to do that. It's easier to take the steps and to expand and move forward.
So we have created something. We've got a very special creation of ours to share with you, because sometimes it's the talking, it's the ideas, but if you're like me, I want to learn how to do it. And that's where we come in, is that we've got some things to share with you here.
Yes, we do. And if you join us in the next 24 hours,
I think we wanted to extend it for people who have to watch the replay. That's what we just.
We have an extra special deal for those of us joining us in the next couple of days. We're being flexible with it.
So, I mean, if all of this sounds really great, but you're saying, tell us how, this is what we are just tickled as could be, and we're hope that you'll just as excited as we are to see that there's a way for you to get that information. We're rolling out a program called Energize Your Marketing Now, and it is specifically geared for people like yourselves who really want to work with things from an energetic point of view, and work with people that know how you think. So Energize Your Marketing Now. Kim, should I go ahead and put that link over so people can find it? Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there we go. Good.
It's on the next slide.
Sorry about the page. I had my pages out of order. Okay, cool. So you're going to put it, oh, right, it's right there. Cool.
It's right there.
Yeah. So basically what we have created is 2 phases of training with 5 modules each. Phase 1 is Empowered Energetic Marketing. And basically it is 5 modules of training that are going to give you the tools you need to start really doing. Maybe you see me out there, maybe you see Kim out there, maybe you see other people that you've gotten into their trainings for different things, whether it's marketing or something, that you've wanted to learn. And but you just wish that you could do that. We're going to show you how. So that's what this training is. So
the other really cool thing about phase 1, and also just, you should all know that if you look at this, if you go to the link, there's tons of detail that you can read about what's in the different modules and everything. We didn't want to waste your time reading all of that to you. But one thing that's also really different about phase 1 is that Amy mentioned earlier, we really take a look at the things that are stopping you and blocking you and help you clear those things out so that it's easier to take the next step and to choose and to move forward.
Yeah, and I did just post that link in the chat, so if you want to click over to it and check it out. If you're like Kim and I and you're processing really fast, like, what is this? I want to see what it is. I want to know if I want it. It's basically $397 value, and it's separated into modules because we know that everybody, may want to do something different with that. So phase 1 is 5 modules, Empowered Energetic Marketing. And then to go beyond those tools, we've got a phase 2. And we really look at how to energize the business that you have with some tools that get into the dynamics of business beyond the mechanics of business.
Yeah, it's a sort of like deeper dive into the how-tos.
Yeah, how-to on an energetic level, but we still go into more higher level how-tos, that once you know the stuff from phase 1, you're ready to get deeper into some different things that you'll be ready for by then.
Yeah.
So that phase is also $397, but if you buy the whole thing, you get a deal, of course, and you get a free bonus. So, and we're saying within the next 24 hours. So Kim, why don't we say midnight tomorrow night? Because some people will come home and watch it after work and they're in your time zone. And so, yeah, why don't we say that?
Whenever, there's no time limit on purchasing both phases. As long as they purchase both phases, they get the free bonus and the $40 off. The super extra special thing we haven't told them about yet is because we keep changing our mind about what we want to do, because we just want to give everybody everything.
Yeah.
So your free bonus of your choosing, you can choose a Walk Before You Fly training, which is a video training for those of you who don't think you're computer savvy, don't really know how to use your computer, Amy does a really good job of taking you through like the basic steps about how to navigate your computer, so that you can use it to your advantage.
So you can organize files, you can use Word, you can use Excel, you can use something as simple as Paint. Those are the different, there's actually 4 videos in that training. It's huge. It's worth way more than $67.
Totally.
But that's the price we put on it.
That's right. And then we have the multi-page event tracking document, which is actually a document for keeping track of classes. It's an initial way to capture leads.
It is.
And be able to leverage them.
It's a way to organize them, and it's something that I created to keep me on track for that part of my business. So for those of you who, I know I have a lot of friends, and Kim does too, who teach classes, it not only helps you track the information, but it gives you clues like when you need to do the next thing. You can put things in there. So it's been super helpful for me, like, oh gosh, I advertised all these classes. Now, what do I do with all of this? And when do I do it? And what do I need to do next? And oh my gosh, did I do that? And where's the note on that? It's got a place for all that stuff. Yeah. So if that's exciting to you, you can buy the bonuses separately. We set it up that way. But if you buy both phases, you get to pick one.
Yep.
So the total value separated out is $1,000. However,
if you buy them both, you get both for $750.
Yeah. So we really knocked it down there so that we can give you as much as we can, where you still are getting a huge value, and we feel like that's a place that we can be with it for you.
Yeah. So this is just a little snapshot about what it's going to look like. And when you go to the sales page, you can see, so you know you're in the right place. And then this is actually, again, you'll be able to see, you can click through and see all the specifics of what's in every single module.
Yep, it tells you right in there. That's okay, go on.
Oh, go on.
In there. So this is really, has the tools in it that works for people in a lot of different businesses, like you, selling services, selling classes, products. And if you're like us and you do sessions.
Yep. So really, our question for you today is, are you going to choose big or are you going to choose small? Are you really ready to step in, sort of demand that the universe see you and that the clients see you and value you? So choosing big is going all in and buying both phases, and you get bonuses. And choosing small is purchasing individual modules, and you don't get any bonuses.
Guys, I'm re-putting the link in here because I saw that it posted privately. So if you were looking, it's now there to everyone. Sorry, I was distracted, but I wanted to be able to pop over.
Or you can purchase the phases individually as well. So you can purchase just phase 1 or just phase 2, and if you purchase those phases individually, it's $397. No discount, no free bonus. Or if you really think you only need specific things, you can purchase the modules individually for $397. And this is a good place to say we really...
Kim, the modules individually for $87.
Did I not say that?
You said $397. The phases for $397, the modules for $87.
Yes. Modules for $87. And we're really proud of all of this. Like just earlier today, we were like, wow, there's a lot of really great information here. Sometimes, you don't know what you know. And so that's really cool. But specifically, we really encourage everybody to take a look for sure at Module 1. There's a lot of information about energetically getting out of your own way in that module. And if you haven't done very much of that, for sure, please consider that. And even if you have, we have a sort of unusual and different take on it. So I think there's probably something there for you.
Yeah, both of us, we have different backgrounds. We come together in one body of work, which is consciousness work, and Kim has different energetic techniques that she's used. I have different energy medicine techniques that I've used. And what we do there is, because I don't know about you, but sometimes one tool works for me one day and another one works for me better another day. So we brought together things that I know a lot of you already know, and other things, because sometimes you just need something different.
Yep.
So.
Oh, right. And as we said before, you can also purchase the bonuses individually. So if you only wanted a couple of modules, you can still pick up those bonuses for $67 each if you want to do that. And miss out on a bunch of discounts if you don't buy it all.
So now the extra special bonus, and we've got a few minutes, Kim. We've got time for questions yet. We're doing great on time.
Yeah. So our extra special bonus is if you buy phase 1 or phase 2, and we're actually before Wednesday at midnight, I think we've decided towards, you have to buy a full phase.
At least a full phase.
At least full phase. You will get one 15-minute one-to-one coaching session with either myself or Amy.
And I love the part on your website where someone called you a business whisperer.
Oh,
that's why I asked
I would never have come up with that on my own.
I think it's fabulous. I think it's fabulous. So yeah. We do need you to use those within 30 days. We don't want them hanging out there. But yeah, we're really excited to share that with those of you who are so excited that you want to jump right in and really get into some of the things that might be key for you. And then we can even direct you to, oh yeah, this is where you need to really work, is in this part of this phase. And then we'll do some of the energetic magic that we do to help you get out of your own way or see the things that you already know. Because that's why there's this empowered energetic marketing. That was one of the possible names for this, but we really want to empower you to do these things for yourself and follow your knowing.
The other thing that we don't have on here that we need to talk about is that the other thing that comes along with purchasing a modular phase is we do have a closed Facebook group where you can interact with each other and you can interact with us. And we will monitor that group, not, obsessively every 10 minutes, but we'll be monitoring that group. Amy and I will be active in that group, answering questions and helping people if they're lacking clarity. So that's another great bonus, is the Facebook group. So not only do you have access to us that way, you have access to each other, and leveraging what you each individually learn and know, and also opportunities potentially for joint venturing together in the future. I mean, I've actually created a lot of business through meeting people through other Facebook groups I'm in. So that's a great opportunity.
Interesting. I love that. I hadn't even thought about that, but Kim and I came together in a class, and I knew of her because of a friend and was watching what she was doing. So the Facebook group would be powerful for that. So yeah, here's the rest of the bonus. So
if all this did was help you be more comfortable in your marketing your business, would it be worth it? And if it helped you get clear on your business intentions and targets, would it be worth it?
Module 1. Get Module 1.
And if it only taught you the skills you need to effectively market your business, would it be worth it? Because really what we're talking about is a really small investment. For most of you, in less than a day's effort, 1 more client, 2 more clients, you've already paid for it.
And what we mean by that is, I used to do that with my Yellow Pages marketing, $200 a month. If I had a $60 massage client that came once a week, that was $240. I'd made $40, and that wasn't the only person that was going to come into my business. So that's what Kim's talking about, is if you learned one fabulous tool that could get you out there, it could mean that $10,000 day. Right. So what does that mean to you? What is financial success to you?
Right, and what are you willing to do, and what are you willing to pay to start yourself on that road at high speed instead of at the snail's pace.
Because we know what you've spent for your training, because we know some of you from the programs we've been in. You know, it's easy to spend $10,000 to get a certification. It's easy to spend $20,000 to get a certification. And we're not talking about your college degree. But you may have a college degree in something and you want to go out on your own instead of work for a company. So we just want to help you get the tools to do that.
Yeah, I mean, literally, I get it. I have spent 5 times my college education educating myself in other programs since then.
Mm-hmm.
So, and that has a lot to do with how we chose the price points for everything and what we're delivering. We could have easily be selling this for a much higher price. So,
well,
but we really,
I've paid more.
I have to. So, right, if you got one new client, one new account, one filled up, you know, a few more people in a class, you would have made your money back and then some. So, you know, a lot of that, you know, you have to also look at the momentum that creates of those things. So you can see why it's a good deal at 1,000, because we've all just said, well, not all, but Amy and I have said we've paid way more than that. And we wanted to make it more accessible. So get started now for just $750. Sign up at the link below.
There you go. Yes.
Buy now.
We're asking you to buy now. So we showed you how we did this, basically. So, Kim, we're going to open it up for questions in a little bit. Did we have any more we wanted to say about that, or do we want to go questions now and people can put questions in the chat?
Yeah, let's have people. Oops, shoot. I did not mean to stop the share.
That's all right. You can put it back on. So yeah, so if you have questions about what we talked about, we'd like to take those questions now. We'll be on for about another 10 minutes. We will go for an hour answering questions. And if somebody's overlooking at the program, and we can, you know, take questions about that too. But any of the things that we were talking about capturing leads and creating traffic, capturing leads and converting sales, we're happy to discuss that now. Yeah, our chat went away. Where'd that go?
Oh, you have to re-show
click it. Got it. Okay. So, gotta pull it.
And anything's fair game. Questions about any of the keys, specific questions about the keys, or specific questions about the modules, or the phases. We're happy to chat about anything. It's sort of like your free time to get extra info.
Absolutely. So until we get any questions, I'm just curious to see what people are going to create with this. It's going to be really fun, because I was, you know, raising my fists to say, get module one. In that module, we brought together so many things that we know. And I have to say, you know, you kind of have this level of either, man, it's just good enough. You know, some people will be doing that with, okay, I work a regular job, but I get a client every week or two, and they're sort of okay with that, but not really. Have you ever had a time in your life when basically failure was not an option, or when you just said, dang it, this is the time. I'm doing this now. It's gonna happen. And I'm not gonna have the way it was anymore. It's time. It's been time for me. And what's happened with me in the last, I'm gonna say 6 months, is I've had this gathering of all the things that I know, and putting these things into the video have helped me get even clearer. And since we've been making the video, the things that I was doing that were going like this for a year have gone like this. And so is it worth taking a few times to go over and peek at it? A few minutes to go check it out?
I'm going to interrupt you because Kelly just popped in that she needs to jump on the site, but she's asking, is it one-on-one or set class time? So we kind of left out the most important piece of information.
Yeah, we forgot to put that.
It's all, there are videos and audios as well as some PDFs, so you're able to work through it at your own pace.
Oh my gosh, we totally forgot to tell you that. It's so much a part of our world, we totally forgot to lay it out. Yes, so each module has video content that we've broken down into bite-sized chunks for busy entrepreneurs like yourselves. So there might be a 20 or 30-minute video. There might be one that gets a little longer if Kim wasn't on it. Just kidding.
No, that's kind of true.
That's kind of true. But some of that is in the, like in some of my longer email marketing how-to videos. I wanted the time to take you deep into the nuts and bolts of how to do it. And Kim had some shorter how-to videos. So you have time? I'm going to do a 5-minute video. I'm going to do a 20-minute video. You don't have time? You can download the audio and listen to it in your commute time. Right. And then go back and go, oh, I want to see that part. I get a lot of what they're saying. So we've got video content. We've got the same thing by audio content, which will work for some modules and not for others. We have one that includes a powerful creation meditation that I've been using every day, and that's part of where I've seen it go from me doing it occasionally to me doing it every day, and all of a sudden things are changing even bigger than they were before. So, and then there are PDFs to use for some of the exercises or some of the things we teach you as well.
Yep, right. So it's self-study. And that's why the Facebook group is important too, so that you can get access to us there, and we'll be checking in. And I really wanted it to be, I'm very sort of like, hurry up and give me the information and let me do what I need to do. And so I really wanted to create something that was easy for someone like that to get through it. And for those people who like to take more time, that they have the freedom to do that as well, that you're not constantly feeling like you're pushed because someone's telling you you're getting through it too slow. You can work at your own pace and rewatch, and there's plenty of stuff where we suggest you have a second look at the content.
Absolutely. So I think that looks like, people aren't really jumping in with a lot of questions about the content. Hopefully that means that we just explained it clearly. So we're not going to belabor this any longer. We are really grateful that we had the opportunity to be with you. So we're going to show you clearly what to do next. That link is in the chat. We'll send it out also on an email, and make sure that you have it. And we just hope you'll go to Energize Your Marketing Now, the offer that on amywilliams.us/offer/energize your marketing now. And what it does is it takes you, once you purchase, you'll get the information of how to get on the membership site where all the content is.
Right.
So, yeah.
Right. I was just going to try and just pop it up so that people can see, and then share that if this silly thing will let me. There we go. So just so you can see really quickly.
Yeah, I got a little fun.
You can get into this. Yeah, you can get in and see the specifics and you can see there's just really a lot of information here about what to do. So have a look over there, and let us know if you have any questions, obviously. And we really hope that we see you in the program and that we get to interact with you.
Yes, we do. So have a super night. I'm going to go ahead and stop the recording here, and we will see you on the other side after you buy the program.
Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.